Well, hello there, Gemini. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're going to take a look, check in with Spirit to see what is on the horizon for you. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from the Spirit. Okay, so let's see what's on the horizon for you. We have distant thunder, clear the air. And then Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. You know, this is the energy where I feel like things are going to go your way in something. But it's, you know, this clear the air is usually like a conversation that you may be getting ready to have or need to have with somebody. Or it could be, you know, clearing out something that's on the horizon, you know, or, you know, just your mindset, changing your mind, seeing a different perspective. But the energy that I get here is kind of interesting because I don't think this has to do with you, Gemini, but whatever this is has to do with somebody that's in your energy field, right? But this needs to clear out for them. Something has to occur with them before things can fall into place for you because you have to watch and wait. This is your energy. I feel like this is somebody else's energy. So they could be needing to have a conversation with somebody, whether that is a family member or an employer or something like that. But somebody else has to... it's kind of like you're waiting to see, and I, you know what, Gemini, I honestly don't think you even know this, okay? It's not like you're even privy to this conversation. This is almost a situation, and I don't want to say it's like a third-party situation. It's kind of like, let's take the scenario that your boss is waiting to hear from their boss if they can give out promotions or raises or if they have to lay people off or something like that, right? But you don't even know that your boss is talking to their boss about the situation, right? And that's what I feel. It's almost as if I think it's kind of like you may be wanting to ask for a raise or wanting to ask about a promotion or something. But the message is coming through here that it's kind of like it's in the works. Whatever you kind of actually want is in the works. It's kind of like you don't have to do anything at this time. Yeah, they're flashing chaos and conflict. I feel like somebody else, not you, is in conflict. And you know what? This could be career oriented, but I feel like this is maybe even a personal relationship. Yeah. But once again, it's not as if you're maybe even privy to this. You know, it could be a family member having a discussion with another family member. And, you know, the distant thunder a lot of times is about, you know, conversations, difficult conversations, that type of thing. There's something somebody else is having. Yeah, you're not privy to this at this time. Now, here's the thing. I think you can feel the tension in the air, okay? And you're not really sure exactly why there's tension in the air. So if you've been kind of like anxious or feeling on edge, especially when you're around somebody, right? So it could be even a good friend of yours, okay? Just like a friend, right? Like a really good friend. But what you don't, and your friend has been kind of like a little quiet, you know, a little cold shoulder energy lately, or just on edge, anxious, seems, you know. And what you don't realize is that your friend has been having arguments, you know, with their spouse or partner or something like that, that there's something going on in their world, but you're picking up on the energy of that situation. But somehow I feel like it's interesting because that situation is actually affecting you. So it could be like, say your best friend is having arguments with their spouse or partner or whatever, And it's kind of like all of a sudden your friend comes to you and says, I'm getting divorced and I'm moving back to be, closer to my family or something like that. That would affect you. But it's like something that you can't perhaps help somebody with. But this reading is kind of interesting because here's the thing. Something is being cleared out for you. In a way, so actually, I don't even think that it's a friend, although it could be a friend. I think it's somebody really close to you or somebody that was close to you at one time. So this could, and I don't normally go there, but this could be somebody that is either an ex, right? Or somebody that you had a falling out with. So it could be a family member or a friend. But what you don't know is that there are things going on with them, even if you're not talking to them at this time. But what is going on with them is actually going to affect you in the future. It's going to affect you in a really good way. So, wow, this is kind of like convoluted, isn't it? And it's so interesting because when I was trying to get ready for your reading, it was just everything, the energy was just kind of convoluted here. And I was trying to get it grounded. I had the same situation with Leo. So if you have a lot of Leo in your chart, you may want to go watch that one too, because both of these, it's kind of like something major. I really feel like there's something major brewing for you. And perhaps this is just, if you've had that kind of energy, I'm going to say, Gemini, that if you've had a lot of dreams lately, especially about somebody from the past, and it does not have to be, a romantic relationship, but somebody from the past that maybe you've had conflict with, right? Maybe aren't even speaking, but they're coming up in your dreams or you're thinking about them a lot lately. This is why. Because whatever they're going through is actually affecting, our energy, whether we're actually in physical contact with somebody or not, our energies are always connected, right? So it's kind of like whatever is going on in this situation is actually affecting you energetically, but it's also going to affect you tangibly. Okay, in a good way. All right, so let's take a look at what this is. Yeah, your present energy is just kind of like, I feel like you're in the dark right now, right? And not in a negative way, except that you could be feeling anxious or having dreams about this person or this situation. You're kind of in the dark. You're not really sure. Why am I thinking about that person? Why am I dreaming about them? Like, this could be somebody that you're like totally over even, right? It's kind of like, okay, that's in the past. But now all of a sudden, and it is kind of interesting, we have the full moon in Virgo coming up, I think on the 24th. And that is the last full moon of the solar year. And then we're starting to go into eclipse season and Mercury retrograde, right? So this is possibly something that if it doesn't come up like this week or whatever, is going to be coming up between now and, well, we have the 4/4 portal, April 4th, right? So it could be coming up in the next 6 weeks or so. But it's kind of like, I feel like you're in the mist, in the fog. You're not really... You don't have the information here, but you're kind of like, okay, what's going on? It's like, this is you on the balcony. What's going on over there? I can't see anything, right? You're not even privy to the conversations that are going on. But see, this is it. It's kind of like, I feel like you're even asking those questions. This is like the detective in you trying to figure out, what is somebody covering up? Once again, that energy of feeling like somebody's hiding something from you, but you're not even privy to the conversation, or it's not even really, this is perhaps somebody that's been out of your life for a while that you just haven't even asked about or anything, right? And it's kind of like, well, I don't even know if I want to ask anybody about that person because I don't want to open that can of worms. So let's see what your obstacle is. Yeah, there's something here. I actually feel like, now it could be a job. It could be even something that you thought about working on a long time ago. So it could even be a dream, something, that you wanted to create, a business that you wanted to create or something. But this is something that happened way in the past. This is not like last week. And it's the energy of something being returned to you, but in a healed state. But at this time, it's kind of like, I feel like you're almost even not wanting it to come back. Okay, so you're even if you think about this person, or that book that you were going to write, and maybe you even wrote, but nothing ever happened with it, and so it's been in the back of your closet, hidden in a corner for some time. Whatever this is, it's kind of like understanding that the timing wasn't right, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. The timing wasn't right before. Even if this was a relationship, okay? Perhaps even like a twin flame relationship. So if this was even a relationship that you had in the past, and now it's kind of like you're feeling this energy of this person. And once again, I think you're frustrated by that. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, I thought that was done. I thought I had healed that, right? Yeah, you have the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. It's kind of like, I almost feel like you're clearing it out. It says clear the air. Maybe this is just coming up so that you can get this out of your system, whatever this is. And I know a lot of you are going to say, no, that person is, I'm done. I've moved on. Or that project, no, it was a failure. I'm not going back to that, because that's the energy here. This is a beautiful energy of healing, right? Of the star, of being the star of your own life, your show, right? It's kind of like, this is a beautiful energy, co-creating, either with somebody, if it's a partnership, or with spirit in order to create a business or some idea, bringing some idea of yours to the life. But then look at what we have here. This isn't like Ten of Swords energy, but you have the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, right? The Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. It's taking you forever to kind of like get over this, or to really drop the burden of whatever this is. And the reason is, oh my gosh, this is like, the reason is that because it's still meant to be on your path. Whatever this is, this relationship or this situation, this project, this business, whatever it is, it was meant to be on your path. It's just that the project and you, or this person and you, came together before you were really and truly ready for whatever this is, or they were ready, right? Because now the wheel is turning in your favor. This is divine timing. This is destiny. I think, you have chop wood, which is chopping out, cutting out those things that really and truly are not in alignment with your highest good. And I think that's what you've been doing, Gemini, right? So in the past, this person or this situation, this project, it couldn't flourish before, because I feel if there's another person, I think they had to clean up, heal some parts of themselves, but you had to do the same. This is kind of like that twin flame energy, right? Where you come together, you open each other up to wounds that you need to heal, and then you separate and go on your own way so that you can work on them, so that you can come back. But once again, it does not have to be a person. It definitely does not have to be a twin flame. It's the energy of understanding whatever this is. It meant a lot to you at one time, but the timing wasn't right. And now the timing is. And I feel like, there's something here. Once again, if you're dreaming about this, or you're thinking about that project and you're kind of like, why am I thinking about that? Or you're seeing synchronicities coming up, even on your YouTube feed, right? It's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of anxious, perhaps having, I don't want to say nightmares, but you could be even dreaming about this person or this situation and just kind of being like, oh my goodness. So the thing is that I feel subconsciously, especially if you're in the dream world, having conversations with this person or trying to work on this project or rethinking the business, whatever that is, part of that is in order to clear out the fears of not wanting to repeat the same situation. Here's the thing. It's not the same situation. It's coming back around, but in the past, you weren't just you and the other person or the situation. It just wasn't the right time yet. And you've had to go and do some chopping out of things that aren't in alignment with you, whether that's mindsets or people or situations, whatever. You had to go and do that deep healing because you have the Star card. You had to go and do that healing. And now as it comes back around, it is the right time. It's like the stars have literally aligned in a way so that this can be, this can actually come into fruition. You have the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's this energy of trying it again. Okay, and once again, this could be a project, a business, but you're not trying it exactly in the same way. You're not going back to what you had. So even if it's a book that you wrote years ago and it just didn't take off or you never finished it, it's like pulling that book out. But now you have a higher vibration. Now you have this greater insight and wisdom. It's kind of like you start looking at the book and you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I want to rewrite this. Right? I have more insight to share. So you see, like the book, if you had published it, or maybe you even did publish it previously, and it didn't really take off. One of the reasons is that it didn't quite yet have everything that, the divine spirit, you weren't quite ready to share the whole story yet, or to share the insight, the wisdom. You didn't have it all yet. And so Spirit was like, no, this book that's why you were so passionate, because somewhere in yourself, subconscious, you knew that it was going to be a fabulous relationship or a fabulous book or a fabulous business. It's just that you had to put it on the shelf a little while. You had to go and gain some more insight and wisdom by going through some other life experiences, so that when you came back and you pull out the book and you start editing it, it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, I really want to rework this chapter. I have so much more to say now, right? It's that type of energy, because this is meant to be. This is, and it's no longer, whatever this is, okay, is no longer the same as what it was in the past. It's not like you're pulling out that book and saying, oh, so now's the great time. And you just take the book and send it off to the publisher, or, put it online or whatever. You're taking out the book and you're revamping it. You're transforming it, because now you have greater insight and wisdom to have that really be the success that you are looking for. Because now you can share more of yourself. You can share more of your insight and your wisdom. Wow. Gemini, I'm trying to think, because I'm a Gemini, that there are, I started like 4 books like 20 years ago. And I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. That to pull those books out now and to revamp them, to read them, it would probably be a big change. I mean, I haven't even thought about those books until I did this. Yeah, there's more truth to tell, but your feelings about it are different. But I'm telling you, it is successful. It is truly successful. It brings you the happiness, the joy. If it's a relationship, it is your soulmate. Wow, really powerful energy. And it kind of makes sense when I think about it, right? That's something that you really feel connected to. And that's why we get so discouraged when something doesn't work, that we have that kind of innate, intuitive energy. This is my person, or this is my book, or this is the business I should start. And then it doesn't work, right? It's so hard for us to overcome that. But I think in this case, either you're seeing that person, that situation in a different way, and you're saying, okay, now I know why it couldn't work, right? Or you're pulling it out. It's coming back around so that you can transform it. It's not about keeping it the same. It is the energy with the Death card of transformation, of understanding. I see it differently now. I have this better insight and wisdom. And now I can move forward with it. Now it is the divine time for this. Yeah, destiny is here. Your destiny is here. Incredible, incredible reading. All right, so Gemini, let's pull some a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? You know, especially with the co-create, this is really about creating and using your intuition, using your guides, right, in order to help you to create, not just getting in your ego and writing the book, but really kind of working with your guides. And the only way that we can really tap into our intuition and our creativity is when we allow ourselves to play. So it is that energy of maybe in the past you took it so seriously, it meant so much to you, but now as you pull that book out, or you rethink about launching your business again, or this person comes around, the energy is of having more play to it, of not taking it quite so seriously, because you did at one time walk away from it. So now that you have it again, it's kind of like you've already experienced losing it. So if you lost it again, not that it wouldn't be heartbreaking, but you've already experienced that, right? So this time around, it's like, okay, I have nothing to lose. I honestly have nothing to lose because I've lost this person or this situation before. I have nothing to lose. So why don't I put my all in, but have fun with it? Because I feel like things didn't work out in the past because maybe you took the serious route, right? So let's see what this says. In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work. Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of yourself? I really love that. And you know what? When I think about it, when I was trying to write those books, my life was kind of serious. I mean, just because of the chapter in my life, right? And if I took those books out now, I probably would have a much more playful attitude when I was writing them. Maybe part of it is that you had to allow yourself to go through some of those experiences where you were cutting out those things that really weren't in alignment with your soul, with your heart's desire, so that you could tap in to that more playful side of yourself. And Pluto has moved into your 9th house of expansion, right? Which includes having fun, romance, travel, all of that is showing up here in your reading. Wow. Okay. Beautiful, Gemini. I'm going to leave it there. I really love you. Thank you so much for all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.